All right, man. Gary Antuanne Jr. says that he's down to fight Gervonta Tank Davis at 135 pounds. Also, his brother Gary Russell Jr. says that excuse me, he says that Devin Haney ran from him. Um, he said Devin Haney ran from him. Gervonta ran from him. I'm paraphrasing, and now he's saying that they're going to have to deal with Gary Antuanne Russell. So let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live or drop a video. He said they're going to deal with this bloodline one way or another. So here we go right here. It says Gary Antuanne Russell opening Gervonta Davis fight at 35. Now he said that Gervonta got touched up too much versus Rolly. A lot of people say he got touched up a little bit too much versus Victor Postal. So we'll give you a call it fair. But Victor Postal is by far better fighter than Rolando Romero. He said, I'm in this division, and this person has a title. This person has a title. This person has two titles. I just need them. It don't matter. Of course, each time I weigh in, I come in at 137, 136.8. I'm fighting at 140, said Gary Antuanne Russell, the fight hype, when asked if he can make 35. He said no, because he don't have the same fighting style as all the other opponents I've had. Said Russell when asked if a fight between him and Gervonta Tank Davis, would be similar to his other 15 fights as a pro. He said, quote, as I said to a couple reporters, a mechanic only takes out his tool bag what he needs for the job. Like I said, Ransom Bartholomew he's long, he's crafty, he's got to be inside or play him by eye. He said, I sit in the pocket and have cat-like reflex. Gervonta Davis, he fought Rolly. I don't even watch fights like that. I don't even care because I care about my craft. Quote, Rolly, he's a pressure fighter, and I thought he could walk Tank down. A lot of times you don't see Tank boxing. He really got touched too many times in that fight by a slower fighter, but it was still something of his game plan. He says, I'm going to box him. Rolly is slow. He will come in. He's strong. I'm not going to outslick him. I'm sharp. I'm going to set him up. And that's what Tank Davis did. He set him up with the left hand. He said, hell no. Easy money, said when Russell asked easy money, said Russell when asked if Ryan Garcia would be a tough fight for him like Gervonta. He said, that's pretty much what he said, to be honest with you, I don't got the fight. He said, I don't got that fight going the full duration, said Gary Russell Jr. when asked about his brother, Gary Antuanne 10-rounder against Ransom Bartholomew Saturday night. He said, my younger brother understands the concept I'm bringing into his training camp as far as the tools that he would need to execute this fight. I think he's going to get Bartholomew out there. He would destroy Ryan Garcia. It's crazy. A lot of them guys that didn't want to compete against me and tried to stay away from me and dug me, at some point it's going to be difficult to get away from this bloodline. He said, these mother effers are going to run into the pedigree one way or another. Even Devin Haney, I'm going to 140. It's not a problem. He's going to run into my little brother, Gary Antuanne Russell, said Russell Jr. So he got a point. People was talking about that fight now. People saying that, he set the contract and all that type of stuff. But, like I told Bill, man, Gary Russell, people didn't believe me, man. Gary Russell don't control his own career, man. He said, well, I can go sign who I want to sign. I told y'all, bro, that's not the case. Al Heyman has to clear everything. And Al Heyman, he can say, well, Al Heyman said he down to do this, he down to do that. No, he ain't. No, whatever Gary Russell Jr. did to if it was the Floyd, he was holding him before the Floyd Mayweather conversation. Some people think it's him losing to Victor Postal. Him losing to Lomachenko. That's what some people think that he did wrong, was he lost to Lomachenko. So, I really can't call it. Obviously, they ain't gonna tell you what he did or what pissed him off. But he pissed Al off. I don't know what it was. I know he said that Floyd called him and told him to stop picking on Tank Davis, and he had to cuss Floyd out. But my thing, people never bring that up. People bring up the Devin Haney thing. But like I told Bill, I was like, man, he don't control his own career, bro. I know this firsthand, bro, from firsthand information that he don't control his own career. And he can't leave and go with Eddie. He can't leave and go with Bob. He can't leave and go with Katie Sutherland. He can't leave. But Al Heyman will not let him leave. He can't go fight where he want to fight at. And then he be asking for too much money too. So they said he wanted to get paid like a welterweight. And somebody told me where he wanted Leo Santa Cruz fought. He don't, Gary Russell don't want that. He want welterweight like money. So I mean, that is what it is. Like I told you, whenever y'all seen a PBC fighter in a prime walk away from PBC or get released or they contract up, you never see it. Never see it. That's a fact. You never see it. But like I said before, people talking about the Haney thing, whatever, they don't control his career. And I don't foresee Haney and Gary Antuanne Russell Jr. fighting. To be honest, I don't foresee that happening either. Al Heyman don't matter if he use you, he don't use you, he keep you stagnant, he keep you active. Al Heyman do not want to send fighters across the street. He barely probably wanted to send Derevchenko. Only reason he sent Derevchenko because he got $5 million and it was a title shot. That's it. Al Heyman do not want to make the best fights on his side of the street. He don't want to make the best fights in boxing, and he don't want to send his fighters nowhere, even if it's for their good. Everything is for the better good of his business. For boxing, it is for him. His business doing trash in boxing. Real talk, his business doing trash. But as far as Gary Antuanne Russell saying he'll fight Gervonta Davis, too big. Too big for him. It'd be an interesting fight. He like to come forward. He's a pressure fighter, one of the very few in boxing. Come forward, throw big punches. Tank might be a little bit too seasoned for him. That's a big fight down there in that DMV area, Baltimore, D.C. area. He never fought his brother, so I don't really envision him fighting Gary Antuanne Russell right now. 15-0, 15 KOs. I think Russell needs some steps in the right direction, get a title or something like that before we can have that conversation. Yeah, he got to get some steps in the right direction. Yep, before we can have that conversation. So, that is what it is, man. I think that's premature right now to talk about it, but we'll see what happens with Tank. We'll see what happens with Gary Antuanne Russell. We'll see if he get in the mix for the titles, because right now the titles are all on the other side of the street, unless Diaz beat this Alberto Pello guy on Adrian Broner's undercard versus Omar Figueroa. So we'll see. Josh Taylor could be vacating 2 more belts pretty soon, but him and Tank a little bit premature. Do we got the skill set and the talent to beat Tank? Absolutely, but he got to continue to stay active, continue to get them other names on his resume to get his weight up, and then they can do it. But right now, Tank ain't fighting nobody that look like Gary Antuanne Russell. Probably ever. He wouldn't even fight Gary Russell Jr., who was a smaller guy, and that was a big fight in the DMV. That was a big fight in the DMV. So he won't even do that. So I mean, why would you expect him to fight a bigger version of Gary Russell? Well, right now he got to get his weight up. That's a fact. He gotta get more opponents in there, get more fights, get bigger names in there. But Tank ain't fighting him regardless. So Tank ain't fighting nobody like that regardless. Tank ain't fighting nobody like that regardless. It don't even matter. You wasting your breath. He wouldn't fight the big little brother. He ain't fight him. Now, Gary Antuanne Russell and Devin Haney, politics, Al probably ain't gonna allow that neither. They go out their way not to make black versus black fights. They ain't, so it's not enough money involved. There's not enough money involved. Mark my words. or they both being difficult. They ask for money they don't deserve, man. No matter, they tell you we need to build the fight up, and then you build the fight up, and then the money ain't right. But him and Devin Haney, man, two different sides of the streets, man. Al Heyman not working with Devin Haney, and Floyd not really messing with Devin Haney on the business level because he didn't sign over there. That's what it is. You know, that's what it is. Let's be real. That's what it is. You know, so y'all holding y'all breath, building up a potential black fights, even like Devin Haney and Shakur. They ain't got no. They don't plan on making that fight. Mark my words, they don't plan on making that fight. For real. You don't tell them the same thing they told everybody else. Niggas don't sell. I'm telling you. Y'all thought Al Heyman, we thought Al Heyman running boxing was going to be a good thing. Shit, it's worse. It's worse. It is worse. It is worse. That shit is worse. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, don't hold your breath on neither one of them fight. Even Antuanne Russell and Gervonta Ennis. Gervonta Ennis rematching. Don't hold your breath on that. Do not hold your breath on that. Y'all just gotta understand. They tell us we don't spend no money, but all the times, the Mexicans flop. They don't say nothing. They don't say a damn thing. But don't hold your breath when none of these fights happen. How about that? That's what I would say. But Antuanne Russell got a while before he get up there with them. These dudes been world champions, like it or not. So he got a while before he got a while before he got to get a title, and then maybe get 2 titles, and he got to get a little bit more popular. It's gonna be so many just different barriers put up for black fighters. He gonna if I had to admit he gonna ride over there at PBC. I'm telling you that right now. He gonna ride over there at PBC. Any prospect over there gonna ride. They never gonna reach their full potential unless they change their model. Them jokers gonna go over there and they gonna ride. That dude should be that nigga should be in the ring every 4 months. He should be in the ring. 3 months he should be in the ring if he don't take no damage. With that type of talent, and that's with him, it's not something that you see in boxing. Everybody turned off by his style. Him and Better be at, but that's what boxing used to be about. Was pressure fight. Everybody think hitting don't get hit and all that shit, man. That shit that don't make for good. Everybody doing the same style don't make for good viewership. You need the bangers. You need the inside fighters. You need the killers that's going inside. You need a little bit of everything. But that's what's missing in the game. You need them dudes that's gonna go out there and hunt you and knock your head off. You need that. And the game is missing that, bro. The game is missing that. The game is missing that, bro. But him and Haney and Tank, it ain't even no point of breaking it down. He's still a prospect. He's turned a contender, but he's still a prospect. Ain't no point even continue to break that down. Because you're pretty much wasting your time. That's what you're pretty much doing, wasting your time. So, but nonetheless, man, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Yeah. Other than that, my link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, not Google, they tripping, Apple Podcasts, and a couple others. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. But yeah. You can find everything in the link tree. It's the first link in the description. Check the box and this playlist out. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Peace. And don't forget, follow me on Twitch. You find that in the link tree.